is we're gonna go and stretch your neck in extension, find open side, and then we're gonna contract and shorten that tissue, okay?
You want me there on my back?
Yeah, same exact thing, you got it, man. But the head's gonna hang back this time. So, right there. So, what we're looking for, big deep breath, extend from here. Do you feel your throat stretching?
Yeah.
So, if you do this, first of all, if you're stretching, we need to make sure we don't feel pinching on the backside.
Okay.
All open side stretching. If someone gets pinching on the backside, we have to flip you over and lengthen this. Okay, what I want you to do now is we're pretty much gonna do like a neck sit-up, like a segmented sit-up to shorten the neck tissue. Okay. So what I want you to do is take your time with this, try to maintain the extension here, tuck the chin very slowly like a double chin, and then slowly sit up and contract your throat. Do you feel that right there? Yep. Hold, and now push this into me as you come back. Yeah, right there. Push into me more. Yep, 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 and then all the way back, chin pulls up, You feel the stretch again.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're pretty much doing a sit-up like you normally would for your abdomen, your abdominals, right? But for our throat flexors, okay? So tuck the chin again. Yep, slowly come up, squeeze our throat, keep this extended. Yep, hold that, you feel the throat contracting.
Yep.
Okay, come back down in reverse and push this against me slowly. Yeah, man, take your time. You're learning to control each of our 7 cervical vertebrae. All the way back, take your time. Chin up, you feel the stretch now, okay? So we're taking your neck through the lengthen position. For you, we've already done lengthening, now you're doing shortening as the focus. Let's do one more and then we'll do an EQI. So tuck the chin, now sit the head up, tuck it into your sternum, pause, hold that, stick this up a little bit more. You feel the throat contracting. Yep. Hold that, and now come back in reverse. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good, try not to let your traps tense up too much, try to relax all that. Head back all the way, and then let the chin go up. Okay, you feel that stretch again.
Yep.
No pinching in the back still, beautiful. Okay, so you can do this for reps like that, where like, just like any muscle, like if you're doing a curl for your bicep, you stretch your bicep, squeeze your bicep. Right. You're stretching your throat, you're squeezing your throat, but nobody does that as an exercise, so that's why it's such a foreign concept. Right. What we're gonna do now is do an EQI, an eccentric quasi isometric, to hold the shortened position until you pretty much fail out of it. So what I want you to do is tuck your chin and slowly sit up, right, tuck it more, right there, hold that. So extend from here, tuck this more, you feel this squeezing. Yep. Hold that squeeze. And we could also put a neck harness on your head and add additional load. Tuck your chin a little bit more and hold that position. You feel the squeezing, keep contracting that. Be like super deliberate in that contraction. I don't want you just holding your head up. I want you being very conscientious of squeezing the front side of your throat in order to hold your head up. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, keep holding it there. Give me another 30 seconds and then we will go over doing it in other positions, and then we can add additional load from there, because if you could do this for 5 minutes, I don't want you holding it necessarily for 5 minutes, right? It becomes too time consuming. So then we would add additional load to make that harder. Can you squeeze a little bit harder here? You got another 20 seconds. Keep squeezing, man. Don't just hold the head up, contract your throat. You got another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. So now let your head drop back. So you notice how we just did neck flexion, right? You flexed your head forward, we shortened your throat. We can also do this in different zones of your neck. So what I want you to do now is rotate to the right. You now feel this side opening.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the side that's lengthened now. There's no pinching on this side. Yeah. What I want you to do now is you're gonna come up and do the exact same thing, but you're gonna maintain flexion with rotation. So shorten this tissue now. So you're gonna bring your head up. Think about bringing your ear to your sternum, right there. Do you feel this stuff shortening as opposed to just the front side of your neck? Try to contract the left side of your throat. Good. And so we're being very conscientious in shortening all this tissue, right?
Maintaining extension here.
Yes, that's probably a good practice, right? Extending at the thoracic spine, and we feel throat stuff trying to hold your head up, right? Yeah. So like if I were to ask you what tissue is responsible for holding your head up right now, it's this corner, right? This segment, okay? Now what I want you to do is rotate towards me, and now we see this corner is now shortening. Think about running away from my hand more, get your ear to your sternum. You feel that contracting even better. Okay, so again, there isn't one way to go about this at all. What I want you to think about is what exactly are we trying to train, right? What tissue needs to be lengthened, what tissue needs to be shortened, and there isn't one answer to this, and it's different from person to person. So we're shortening this. Now maintain, tuck your chin a little bit more. Yeah, now rotate to me, but maintain that level of flexion. You see how we're now contracting this corner, right? Keep going with that. Any pinching or anything?
No,
just contracting, getting
trying to figure figure it out is like my body's not used to it. So.
Yeah, and learning to coordinate, it's the hard part. And so once you learn how to coordinate all that stuff, then you're good. Maintain extension there, and now tuck the chin and rotate towards Nick very slowly. Watch the shoulders, yep. You feel this side contracting. Hold it, squeeze, ear to sternum a little bit more. Yep, we feel that contracting again. Come back around the other way, nice and slow. And so you could do this several ways. You could hold this one position if that's what you're trying to train.
Right.
You could hold the other way if you come towards me, or you can hold the middle position. I don't care, right? It's what you need and what needs to be trained. If someone says one area is weak or tighter, needs attention, then that's the area you train. You could also rotate, and now let's go through range of motion here. So keep your head rotated and go back. You now feel this stuff all stretching.
Yeah.
Okay, maintain that level of rotation you're in, and now tuck your ear to your sternum, yep, and then shorten this stuff. So close it together, yep, we're closing the left side of your neck, tuck your chin, ear to sternum. You feel this side contracting now. Think about pulling away from my hand more, other way. Like that, right there, that, okay? Now come back again, right? And so now we're opening this up, and now tuck your ear to your sternum again, and now we're shortening this. Make sense? Rotate back to me. Same exact thing, full rotation. Now let your head bob. Lengthen all this stuff. You feel that stretch, and now squeeze it, right? You lengthened it, now you're shortening it. So tuck the chin, ear to sternum. You feel this stuff contracting, right? And then come back. Beautiful. Extend the spine, and relax. Do you see as you sit your head up, your sternum is dropping?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you try to flex your cervical spine, you're flexing your thoracic spine too.
Yeah.
So for you, I think a big, where there's a lot of value is just learning to separate cervical from thoracic. Okay. And it's just like anything else where things compensate for one another, and you're learning to separate them, and training it is one way of learning to separate that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I literally feel like
a big stretch there, I bet, right?
Really big stretch.
I like the idea of giving you a sec to sit up and do some cars, move your neck around, and then we have 2 more things we're gonna do there. We're gonna do the same thing, but you're gonna be face down now, and you're gonna be shortening your extenders in your neck. So let's get you face down. What I'm gonna have you do is, you can do that if you want right there, that's fine. We need to make sure we're extending from cervical and not from thoracic, okay? So go ahead and slowly look up. Do you feel the back side of your neck shortening, contracting? You do. Okay, hang out there. We're getting you on a timer. So the idea would be that you are just contracting the back side as opposed to the front side. And think about playing limbo with my pen here. You feel a little bit more in the back side. So you feel stretch in the throat. Do you feel the backside shortening, squeezing? Yeah. Okay. Can you be more deliberate in how hard you're contracting that backside? Okay, so like when we're doing an EQI where you're holding end range extension and you're holding it until it fails into flexion where you're looking down, I don't want you just to hold the head up. I want you squeezing this as deliberately as possible. Okay, that is the biggest takeaway when people watch our social media is they'll like copy an exercise, but they lose out on like the conscientious contraction.
Right.
I need you actually squeezing that and trying to burn it out as pretty much as quickly as you can. And we feel only backside squeezing, no pinching.
No pinching.
Okay, so again, we can blend zones of this stuff together. So maintain that level of extension and now rotate that way. Do you feel the left side of your neck now contracting?
Yep.
Okay, so you see how we're biasing this corner of our neck?
Yep.
Maintain that and then rotate towards the PT bios over here to your right. So rotate the other way, but maintain extension. So back around. Yep, keep going, keep going. You feel this corner now shortening. Think about water out of this here. Other way, other way, other way. Right there, that. You feel this contracting more. No pinching though.
No.
Beautiful. Okay, keep looking up and now rotate back the other way. So again, when someone's looking at it, if you need attention in the left side of your neck, you sit here and you can shorten that right there. If you need attention on the right side, you could. If you want to just have global extension being trained, you can oscillate between the two, okay?
It feels really good.
It should feel really good. I mean, if there's no pinching, this is just proper stimulus, right? It's good quality stimulus that we want on your neck. If someone gets pinching though, then we have to pull that apart and address the impingement first. Now what I want you to do is go back to the forward position. You feel the shortening. Now go ahead and bring your head down and slowly let it drop to the floor. And now we're gonna go through full range of motion, right? It's like the reverse neck sit up. So you feel this stuff lengthening.
Yep.
And now don't let your thoracic spine move. Now go ahead and look up again. Yep, so double chin, yeah, and then pull back. Chin up, chin up, chin up, head up, limbo, chin up, chin up, chin up. You feel backside again.
Yep.
Okay, and now come back down and then let this pull again. Beautiful. Scoot up a little bit off the table. Yeah, that'll be better. And then look up again. Yep, shorten this stuff, squeeze this stuff. Yep. Yep. All the way up, look up, look up, look up. You feel backside of neck again.
Yep.
Okay, tuck the chin, come back down. So you see how we're just taking your neck through full range?
Yeah.
Try to do one more rep for me. Just be conscientious of this thoracic spine. You tend to extend quite a bit here, and it's okay if you can't help it today, but part of your homework is to like just get better at it. It's a skill, right? You're learning to move your neck more isolated. much better. So you see, you could keep going up, but then you're getting thoracic spine, which again, isn't really wrong. But if you have a really hard time finding your neck well, then it is wrong, right? Because we're trying to isolate that. What I want you to do now is rotate towards Nick. So we feel this shortened tissue. Now we're gonna rotate and go through that full range. So now bring your head down this way. So this was shortened, now we're lengthening it, right? We're pulling it apart. We feel a stretch through this corner, and now come back up, and maintain that rotation, trying to get your ear kind of like to your scapula here, and you feel this corner squeezing now. No pinching though, right? Just a contraction, a healthy contraction. Beautiful. And then come back down, right? So we have options with this, right? There's a lot of variability with this stuff. So like you're going through full range, stretch, then squeeze, come back up again, and then hold that contraction. And you could sit here and just hold that contraction until that tissue fatigues, right? Because all we're doing is stimulating tissue in your neck at its end range of motion. And so that can look different depending on how you want to go about it. You can go through stretch and squeeze, or you can just hold the squeeze until you start failing out of it. Kind of like if you were just to squeeze your bicep with a dumbbell until you failed, it's no different. Rotate the other way, maintain that rotation and extension, and shorten this as much as you can now. You feel that side contracting. You kind of see a common theme here, right? It's pretty much the same thing all the way around. It's just understanding how to coordinate that. Keep rotating, there it is. Give me, you found a better contraction, right? You have to find it for sure. Once you find it, then you know what it feels like, nail it, and relax. Does that make sense? Okay, let's have you sit up, do a couple neck cars again, and then we're gonna have you lay on your side and do lateral flexion. So we had you face up like this, we had you face down, lay on your side like you're sleeping, facing this way. So again, we talked about lengthening the lateral side of your neck, right? We feel this stretching. So we can do the same thing, right? It's the exact same principles that we went through on the other stuff, right? You should lengthen tissue or shorten tissue, and you can go through that mid-range. So let's start with going through the mid-range. So you're here. I want you to tuck your ear to your shoulder and think about bobbing like this. Yeah, right there. Do you feel this side contracting? Hold that. Keep this arm relaxed so the traps aren't engaging, and we feel this squeezing. Okay, and now come back down and lengthen it. So we're opening your neck up. Once you find the full stretch, breathe into it, and then come back up and shorten your neck again. And squeeze that lateral portion a little bit more, exactly. And then come back down, let's do 2 more, and then we'll hold an EQI there. Back in the other ear, beautiful. And then come back down, 1 more. Let all this stuff open again, then laterally flex again, squeeze. So we're gonna hold this end range, okay? So you're holding the end range of lateral flexion, but there's more to it, there's more zone. So hold that, but rotate up at the roof. Do you feel more front side throat squeezing, right? You see how you're getting like that one corner, and now maintain this level of lateral flexion, but rotate towards the floor. So keep this still, rotate your chin to the floor. Yeah. Do you see what we're doing there? And then you're getting this corner even more, right? Think about staying there, but pulling this up more. Yeah, that. You feel that squeezing. Now rotate back up, water out of this here more. And we feel that corner squeezing again.
Oh man.
Beautiful. All neck stuff, right? No traps, no other stuff jumping into it. Beautiful. And then rotate back down to the floor, but maintain lateral flexion. Say it again.
I do feel a little trap, but not much.
Okay, it's mostly neck stuff. Okay. It might feel better if you let this like drop back here. Some people would say that, some people wouldn't, but just try to find a way to relax your arms so the traps aren't jumping in. Get up a little bit higher here, right there, and then rotate back up. So again, we're shortening all the tissue that's associated with lateral flexion in all those zones, right?
That helped a lot.
Okay. So that arm positioning allows the trap to kind of be out of the equation, right? Good. Go back around. Maintain that level of lateral flexion. Pull away from my pen. Pull away from my pen. We feel this stuff shortening now. Beautiful. Does that make sense? I like the idea of showing you what a loaded neck EQI looks like. So I have my neck harness. Are you okay with trying that?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, sit up, get a couple neck cars in there. Let me grab some weights for you, and we'll do that. Harness, okay? The problem with the neck harness is that you can't rotate because the chain kind of gets in the way of it. So you're just gonna do linear movement, forward and back. It's one of those things that if you're gonna hold the EQI where you're shortening your neck, but if you can hold that for say 5 minutes, it becomes like cumbersome, right? It's like it's too long, it becomes unproductive. So we're adding additional load so that you don't spend 5 or 10 minutes on an EQI. I'm only gonna give you 2.5 pounds to start. If it's too easy, I'll give you 5, it's not a problem. But I don't wanna throw this at you too quickly. I would never do this with a client because I think most people just need to do the weight of their own head, right? There's no point adding additional load, but you're in shape, you're strong. Although your neck gives you problems, I think you can manage it, but let's say you can't manage it. You work with this until we can get here, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this on your head. I want you to lay on your back, and I'm gonna strap you in. You're gonna have 2.5 pounds here. Okay, so what you're gonna do is hold the shortened position, meaning you're just squeezing your throat. Okay, let me strap this in 1 second. All right, go ahead and tuck your chin right there. Do you feel your throat contracting?
Yep.
Okay, how heavy is it?
It's all right, it's not that bad.
Okay, let's hold that. The idea though with an EQI too is if you Google the definition of it, they talk about it being a, in quotes, sub-maximal load. It's supposed to be long enough where it's a long duration set. So if we go so heavy that you can only hold this for 30 seconds, then it's not really an EQI. I want you to think more double chin. Do you feel this squeezing more?
Yep.
Okay, how would you say it feels heavier the harder you squeeze?
Yeah.
That's the point, that's the point, okay? And in a perfect world, what you would be doing is holding this shortened position until you fail into extension. So we're gonna sit here and hold it.
Try
and
getting extension through the...
Oh, you mean yeah, try to maintain extension here, but feel your throat contracting, okay? The front side of your cervical spine, right? Kind of like if you're trying to hold a sit up, you would feel your abdomen squeezing. You're trying to feel your throat squeezing. So tuck the chin a little bit more and hold that. Yep, getting hard there. Yep. No pain though, right? Just shortening of neck tissue, healthy stimulus.
Yeah.
Okay, keep holding it. You're at a minute. Let's go for another minute. Keep holding, you're shortening the throat. You're squeezing the throat. That is the only thing you're focusing on. Try to extend your thoracic spine there. Yep, you see how much harder that is? Yep. You wanna flex from here too. Try to fight that. Push up into me, push this into me. Yeah, man, hold it. Getting hard on the neck.
Yep.
Hold it.
You can feel the abs when you get into it.
Okay, tuck the chin, tuck the chin. So you're at 90 seconds. You got 30 more. No pain though.
Nope.
Hold it. Extend more. Yep. You got 25 seconds. Keep pushing into my pen. Drive into my pen. Come on, man. You got it. Hold it. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Go into the stretch. Now you're doing a loaded stretch. You feel that lengthening.
Yeah.
You can go through reps with this now. So tuck the chin, do the next sit up. Watch the cervical spine, don't let this flex. You feel that contraction?
Yep.
Go back into the lengthened position. Okay, so again, there's a couple ways to go about it. You can hold the end range or you can move through range, right? Do one more for me and then we'll flip you over. Tuck the chin, tuck the chin. Boom, done. Woo. Take a sec, man. I'm gonna have you now lay face down and you're gonna hold extension with the load and that'll be the last thing we do. Okay. Same exact thing. So now go ahead and look upward. Do you feel your neck extensors?
Yeah.
You feel the backside of our neck shortening with no pinching or no pain?
No.
Okay, hold it. You're on the clock. And so the idea is that you would be maintaining this level of neck extension until you fail out of it into neck flexion, right? It's just the reverse.
Right.
Keep maintaining that. Think about playing limbo with my pen here. How much thoracic spine are you getting?
I don't feel any of it.
No? Good, good, good. So you're able to bias your cervical spine here. You seem to be better at doing this than the opposite, like the reverse.
Yeah.
When I had you reverse, you kept finding a lot of sternum stuff.
Yeah.
So that's probably an area that I would look at a little bit more specifically, like how well are you doing it, right? This one you seem to nail pretty well.
Even in my cat cows, I feel like I get into flexion a lot better.
Okay.
Even as I get into extension through my thoracic into my cervical, I don't feel like I get much there.
Okay, interesting. So that's where there's carryover to this stuff too, right? And the idea is that cat cowing after this would probably be really good for you too, especially from here up. So we still have backside neck.
Yep.
Keep looking up, squeeze that a little bit more deliberately, right? So again, holding it up and being conscientious with squeezing are two different things. How mindful, right? That whole concept of mindfulness. How mindful can you be of contracting the backside of your neck, right? Can you contract it harder and burn it out quicker, right? You're at almost 90 seconds. You're gonna go for another 30 and then we're gonna go through reps, okay? Same exact concept. Beautiful. Now shaking's your central nervous system going haywire, right? Try to go up a little bit higher, squeeze that a little bit more. Still no pinching or pain.
Nope.
Beautiful. And mostly cervical spine, limited thoracic spine.
Yep.
Okay, you got 15 seconds. You got 10 seconds. Keep looking up. You feel yourself starting to fail, right? It wants to fall. That's the point. Involuntary falling is the name of the game with this, okay? Keep looking up. 3, 2, 1. Now slowly look down and then let your head fall forward. Woo. You feel this stuff stretching, lengthening, okay? Now look back up. Watch your thoracic spine, extend at the cervical. You're going for reps now. Shortening the back of your neck. You're squeezing, contracting, coming back down. Beautiful. Nice. One more good one for good measure. Nice, 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 nice. Look up, hold, squeeze the backside, hold it, hold it, hold it, and done.
Wow. Oh yeah, that's gonna be sore tomorrow.
Yeah, man. There you go. All right, sit up tall, couple good neck cars.